Okay, yeah. Thank you very much for joining and sharing where you are joining us from and your location. Once again, I am Timothy Jerry Blessing, and I am the admin manager of the Africa Wiki Women. And today we are celebrating the 13th birthday of Wikidata, and at the same time, it's the second training for the On Wiki Skill program, mentorship program that have been going on for some while now. So I want Ira to drop, or Amarachi, to drop the link to the Wikidata meta page so that anybody that wants to go through it can actually go through it. Just to celebrate the birthday. So we have done training previously concerning how to add employment statement to a Wikidata program, and it was done on the 2nd of October. After that, we also did another training using the French language on 3rd, and it was done by Alexandra. Then today is the 3rd training. So we added Wikipedia to it just to also increase women visibility on Wikipedia while celebrating Wikidata. And today, our guests will be maybe welcome as the session continue. Yes, so I want you to have like a bottle of chill Coke for the people that said their environment is somehow sunny or hot, to have a bottle of chill Coke. And for those that are data is going to take us hand-on experience or hand-on practical section on Wikipedia. So let's welcome Mr. Muib Sheffield to start his presentation. Thank you very much. Over to you, Mr. Muib.
Okay. Good evening to you all, and welcome to
recording in progress.
Sorry, I had to change from my phone to my system. Can you all hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, that's very good. Okay, good afternoon or good evening to you, or good day to you wherever you are. I'm very happy to be here. I've been listening to a lot of people saying it is hot. People from South Africa, 37 degrees Celsius, that is very high. For the people in northern Nigeria around January, February, March, you will know what it actually means to have 37 degrees Celsius, especially in the northeastern Nigeria, around Maiduguri, Gombe, Yola. We usually have 36, 37, 38 around that time. So I know it will be very hot now. So you have to keep yourself hydrated all the time. And people from where it is raining, so you have to take kind of hot tea to also keep your temperature at bay. So we are going to continue our training on improving African Wiki women in academics. So during our last training, when we discussed Wikidata, we discussed how you can improve Wikidata employment status. So today we are going to be looking down into how you can create articles for African Wiki women in academics. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to have a kind of interactive slide presentation. Then we are going to create an article together, and it's going to be very fun. So that's how I used to do my own training. So it's going to be very fun, and we are going to have a lot of good time together. The slides are not more than 15 slides or so. So the rest is going to be on on the wikis, on the Wikipedia itself. That's why we call it a hands-on experience, hands-on training. So please, you can be helping me to admit people that are in the waiting room. So I'm going to be sharing my slides now. Just a minute. Just a minute, please. Okay, I've seen it. So can you see my slides? Can you see my screen now?
No.
No. It's coming up.
Okay. Yes, you can see it now.
Okay. So we are starting from thank you very much. No, we must start from that one. Okay. So okay, so we are going to be having some warm-up questions. Let us have this kind of interaction because questioning method is one of the best way of learning. When you are being asked something, you are being asked to rack your brain, and at the same time, you are being explained to the reason why the answers are so. So we are going to be having some warm-up questions, and we are going to be using the chat box. So the typing warriors, fastest finger, let us be in the chat. So we are going to be having, the first question will be, is being a woman lecturer a criteria for having a Wikipedia page? Okay, this person is a woman and this person is teaching at the university. So is it like a kind of automatic page? Vivian Sa, no. Blessing, no. Olga's iPhone, no. Olga iPhone say yes. Adito Repeater said no. Someone said put the link for the questions. I'm going to be using my slides, not link this time around. So you just be using the chat box to answer the question. So Ngozi Osuchukwu, please use the chat box. Bimbeti said no. So let me have one more person. We have 17 people here. Let me have one more person. Okay, it's been a woman lecturer. Let's assume okay, because we are so Ngozi Osuchukwu said no. And the answer, let us check the answer. Let's see what the answer is. So the answer is no. Being a woman lecturer does not give you an automatic acceptance to be on Wikipedia. Just like how being a man lecturer does not also give you this leverage to be on Wikipedia. So that's the first question, and I can see the majority of the people get that correctly. So let us give ourselves a round of applause. Or let me give you a round of applause. Where is that my hand? So we move to the next one. I used to find it very difficult to see my reactions. Okay. So let's move to the next one. Okay, this is the next one. Oh, I hope my answer has not been revealed. Oh, what is going on? Sorry. Let's go back to the beginning. Slides up. Now, when you have a famous professor or a popular professor in your town, and because the person is popular in your town or is famous in your town, is it an automatic ticket to have a Wikipedia article? No. Ngozi said no. That's very sharp. Atiba said no. August iPhone, no. Vivian Sa, no. Adeto Repeater, no. And he's even laughing at, oh, this is a very funny thing. Blessing, no. Yeah, the correct answer is That's a no, a no area. Because you are a famous professor, maybe you are the first professor in your town, and everybody knows your house, the house of professor. That does not give you the automatic ticket to be on the Wikipedia. So let's move to the next question. Can a scientist of an international school have a Wikipedia? Let me frame it for you. Being a scientist, does that make you to be on Wikipedia on an automatic basis? I can see somebody say yes. Ingosi said yes. Olga's iPhone said no. Sorry, I don't want to murder your name. Yes. So another person to say yes. Being a scientist of international school. There's an international school that everybody knows about the school. And because you are a scientist there, does that automatically give you the leverage to be on Wikipedia? Vivian Sarah said no. So let us check the answer. What's going on? Where's my... So let me, sorry, I'm having issue with my... Okay. So let us check the answer. The answer is no. Notability is not transferable because you are teaching in an international school or you are a professor of an international school. That one does not give you the leverage to be on Wikipedia. It's only if you yourself merit to be on Wikipedia, then you can be on Wikipedia. So you cannot transfer notability. What about if tomorrow you are no longer there as a teacher or as a lecturer or as a professor? What do you think will happen? Does that mean that your notability has expired? No. Now, can a local professor, very local one, living in a very remote area, but manage to win Nobel Prize, have a Wikipedia page? So I can see no, yes, yes. Let's continue. Oh, yes, no. So Vivian Esa, yes, yes. I can see a lot of yes here. Even if I wanted to put no before, I think I will be forced to put yes because of the yes that I've been seeing. Okay, so the answer is yes. Yes, and a very strong yes. That's 3 yes for you, or that's 3 yeses if that is in existence. So when a professor won a Nobel Prize, then it is a way to go area. That professor is already notable because of the award that the professor has won. So now, are you confused that how can an international professor, someone teaching an international school, not notable, and a local professor that managed to win an award becomes notable? That's how it works. So that's the reason why you need to learn about notability for everything that you wanted to do. Before I create any article, I used to ask myself, is this person past the notability criteria? And I think at every training that I'm conducting, I used to create nothing less than 1 article on each training. So people tend to see it, and why do you find it very easy to create articles? It's just because I've understand the notability guideline. So don't be confused. Don't be confused that notability is not about being a professor. Don't go and carry the NUC list of professors and start saying that, oh, since professors are notable, I'm going to start creating professors from the beginning, starting from A. You not start from A and you are going to Z. You are going to be blocked because that's a very big vandalism. Not all professors are notable. Notability is not about the title itself. And it is not about their popularity. Because maybe, oh, in your area, the man is very popular. So you are thinking about creating an article for him because he's popular. There are a lot of people in this area that even when you tell a blind man, or even if you can describe for a deaf man to take you to their house, they will take you to their house. They are well-known businessmen, business mogul. but they are not notable and they are popular. So it also applies to professors too. Some might be popular, but they are not notable. So it is not also about the popularity of their schools. It's not about where they teach. It's about them and them and them. Not about where did they teach or where are they living. Because you think someone is living in an advanced country and you think, oh, that person should be notable because the person is teaching in Oxford. No, it's not about the Oxford, it's about the person itself. So not the popularity of who they work with, or if a scientist is working with the US president now, or you think, oh, because the person is working with the US president, that person should be notable. No. So it's not about who they work with, it's about them. It's about what they have done, and it's about the notability itself. So now, that's why we need to talk about notability for a while. So because we are dealing with African Wiki women, we are dealing with African women now that we can create article for them on the English Wikipedia. So that's why we are going to be looking at the notability, and we are going to be focusing more on the women in Africa and in academics. So on Wikipedia, notability simply means that whatever you are trying to do to create and the subject, the person, the topic, or the organization, you are trying to tell us that this person can have his or her own page. That's notability. Can this person, this subject, this entity have his or her or its own page? If the answer is yes, then the person has passed the notability criteria. It means that a person, topic, or organization has been the subject of significant coverage and reliable independent secondary sources, and now they can have their own page. That is why I said that notability is not about being famous, or it's not about what is trending on social media, or it's not about someone with a very large, huge amount of followership on social media. No. So it's about them. So this means that for your women professor or scientist to be notable, then they have to be covered in multiple, reliable, independent, and significant sources. So since we are dealing with women in academics now, for them to be notable, you should be able to show us that they are covered in multiple, reliable, independent, and significant sources. When you say reliable, I mean they are covered in national dailies, they are covered and they are independently covered. Independently covered. That is, they do not have any affiliation or any kind of interaction or any kind of synergy. There's no synergy between them and the news media, the people that cover them, the publication house. And the information should be something that once you go through it, you don't have to do any original research before you understand who they are. I think everybody can still hear me because, okay,
Yes.
thank you very much. So this also means that for that your women professor and scientists to be notable, they do not need, you are not going to be using self-published sources. Maybe they have a website and they have been publishing their biography on their own website, and you think, okay, let me go and carry this website to serve as a reference for them. No, it cannot work that way. Also, you cannot use promotional sources that they paid for them to be promoted, just like you are running an ads. No, it cannot work. And also, you cannot use their social media post or anybody's social media post to make any claim. So, and you cannot determine their notability by the numbers of their followers. Okay, there are a lot of people on TikTok that have hundreds of thousands of followers, but they are not on Wikipedia. There are people that have millions of followers on X, and they're not on Wikipedia. So we are not using the number of followers to determine if they have to be there. Okay, so this is what you need to have in mind. Now, why do you think we need to be very careful when it comes to notability? You might be thinking, why is Wikipedia so strict when it comes to notability? If you refuse to go use these principles, these guidelines that have been set, you end up creating biographies that are full with lies, fallacies, that are filled up with sources that are not reliable, gossips from different places. And when those things find their way to Wikipedia, then the credibility and the reliability of Wikipedia is at stake. That's why we have to be very careful. We should not create work for others. So when you are doing something on Wikipedia, you should always try to tie all your loose ends so that when other people come, at least you have reduced what they will do. For instance, now when you create an article that is filled up with a lot of sources that are not reliable, someone will have to come and clean that up, or also move it to draft. Also, you can also create a kind of, people will start taking it to where they will discuss about should they leave this article or delete it, whereas they can use that energy to do other things. So you can also, notability also helps to protect Wikipedia from promotional or fringe claims. Today, I was going through, I saw a particular news about the VC of Federal University of Oyekiti, about a lot of issues there. So now, there are a lot of sources that can back that up. So if anybody wants to put any claim, they will just go and carry those sources and put the claim there. So if not, people will just be creating different unbalanced claims, and they'll be tarnishing people's images on Wikipedia, and nobody will be there to say what you have done is bad or what you have done is wrong. Nobody will be there to revert them. That's why notability matters. So also, notability will also allow you to highlight the significant contributions of people in the academics, healthcare, research, or other walks of life when it comes to academics. You have different people in different areas when it comes to academicians. They cut across different walks of life. So there are two main parts to professor notability. So the first one is the general one, and the second one is the specific one. So we have explained this general one before, that this general one has to do with you providing multiple reliable sources that are independent. Then you'll be able to come and present it and create an article for African women in academics and scientists. So today, I'm going to be focusing more on this specific, because I believe most of the people that you are going to be creating is going to be based on this specific guideline. Is Viviana Sa on the call?
Yes, I
Okay.
am.
Okay. So yesterday, some of the articles that she created, someone went there and nominated almost all of them for deletion. So by the time during the argument, so it was this specific notability guideline that we used to argue for the article not to be deleted. And not only that, the person that did that also did that for a lot of people. And I think the issue is currently at ANI. So they reverted all the edits of that person. So at times, some random people will just come after you have created articles that are notable. They will just come and say, delete. So don't be scared by that. So if you cannot reply to them directly, just talk to people that are experienced, then they will go and see what is going on there. It once happened to me. I created an article when I was just a newbie, and somebody gave it a speedy deletion. The article was deleted. It was after 2 months of deletion, an admin reverted the deletion, bring back the article, and asked me and told me that when I see that people do this kind of thing to me, I should just object the deletion myself, or I should reach out to him. There are people like that. They will just they do edit once in a while. They just come and nominate, and you not see them again. So because Wikipedia is a very vast place. What I'm trying to bring out is that it is this subject-specific notability guideline that we use to argue, and the admin, they said all of them passed the subject notability guideline. Therefore, the article should stay. So now, understanding it is what is going to give you edge when it comes to creating article. So that means before you create an article, you would have understand that this my article is not going to be deleted because my article passed this criteria, it passed this criteria, and it passed this criteria. So it has to stay. So for the MProf, which is academicians, they have 8 guidelines, 8 criteria. If your article pass any of those 8, your article cannot be deleted. The worst thing they can do is to stop the article. Okay, this article did not have enough information to be a start article, so let us stop it. But the article will still be there. So it provides criteria. Meeting any one of them usually means the person is notable. Okay, so the first one is when you have a woman academicians that has won major award or honor. A woman academician that has won major award or honor Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. So when you have a woman academician that has won a widely recognized award, a major honor award, like in any of the academic field, in sciences we have a lot of award, Lasker Award, WHO Award. In we have Nobel Laureate Award. We have a lot of awards like that. That it is award of excellence that is being recognized globally. When you have an academician, a professor that has won that award, so you can use that one to create article for the person. Because that award, for instance, when someone wins the Nobel Laureate Award now, so you cannot say that the person is not notable. So because of that award, the other person is notable. So what we need to do is to look for sources, reliable sources that showcase that the person has won that award, then you're good to go. Another thing is issue of their impact. When you have a professor that has been cited widely, so that professor can be on Wikipedia. There's the current, I think the current vice chancellor of University of Lagos. When I check each index on Google Scholar, it's around 34. That is massive. Anything around 20 and above is as giving you the green light that the person has been cited widely. So do you get it now? When you go and look at index of most professors in African countries, you'll be seeing 5, 10, 15. When you see anything 20 and above, that's a green light that the person has been cited widely. So you can also, based on that, you can also create a person. So the third one is when the person belongs to a membership that that has a kind of a reputable member of fellowship, kind of organization that you are not being elected based on your money, you are being elected on the impact that you have done. That maybe you have discovered something that is extraordinary, so they will elect you into the fellowship. So that one can also make you notable. For instance, in Africa, one of the oldest one is this African Academy of Sciences. In the world, there's the World Academy of Sciences. When you go to the UK, there's the Royal Physician of England and Wales, Royal Physician of the United Kingdom, and so on. So when you belong to this kind of category, a fellow of any of this category, so that one also can make any woman that is an academician to be notable. So I want us to just be noting this down. So by the time we are going to be creating article, we will not be having problem. We generated a list on our meta page where the list are the list of African Academy of Scientists that are women and they do not have Wikipedia page. So if you want to create them now, so you can tie their notability to that. So when we get there, you see what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so the next one, the fourth one is when you have someone who has served or is serving as the editor-in-chief of any major academic journal. No, there's major academic journal. I'm not talking about mushroom journal. I'm talking about internationally recognized journal, like all those ones that JSTOR and the rest. So when you have someone that is editor-in-chief of those kind of journal, so you can also use that one to write a Wikipedia article for the person. You can tie down the notability to that one. So now, the fifth one, if someone has written a book or books or manual that has in that field, it has become an inextricable part of that field, people have been using it widely in that field, then you can use that book to write an article for them. For instance, in Nigeria, we have this popular textbook in physics. Is it Okeke? I don't know. People from Nigeria, if you're in the science, you should know Okeke. Do you have anybody that know Okeke here? You can reply in the chat box, Okeke textbook. That should be, is it essential textbook or I don't know. I don't know if is it essential or something like that. People in the science, there's this one also called this one in chemistry, Ababio chemistry. So these are books that have been that most African countries are using them widely. So you can also use that book that the person has written, that piece of book can also make that person to be notable. And also the sixth one, if someone is holding an emeritus professor in a highly recognized institution. You know, there's professor, there's emeritus professor. Emeritus professor are the kind of retired professor. And so when someone is an emeritus professor, then you can also use that for the person. So it must be from a recognized person. So the seventh one, if someone is the highest member or highest lawmaking body of any tertiary institution. For instance, now, the university, you have the vice chancellor. At the polytechnic, you have the provost, right? Or rector. At the colleges of education, you have the at the polytechnic, you have the rector. At the colleges of education, you have the provost. So all these people are the highest, they are the highest lawmaking body in the institution. So they should have their Wikipedia accounts. So being a vice chancellor, being a provost, being a rector is like an automatic ticket to have a Wikipedia page. But don't forget, you will still have to look for sources that good and reliable sources that can showcase that this person is a vice chancellor, this person is a rector, or this person is a provost. And the last one, if it is a kind of, if someone has done something that have an achievement that is showing lasting influence on the academic field, a kind of lasting solution, a kind of breakout that is regarded as a lasting solution, lasting influence in that particular field. Then you can use the independent sources that cover that thing, that cover the person and the thing to create article for the person. So I don't know. These are the 8 criteria that you can use to create articles for women in academics. Not only women, even men in academics. But since we are dealing with, our campaign is dealing with African women, so we are going to be focusing more on creating articles or editing profiles of African wiki women. So here we are going to be taking questions. Then we move down to the practical session where we are going to be creating at least a biography, and at every aspect of it, I'm going to be explaining what you are supposed to put and what you are supposed not to put, so that you will not go and be setting it up for yourself. So, any question? So, question, please. If you have question, you can ask.
All right, so
Are you
this
still here? Okay. Oh,
is
Amara, you
for
can
us
take over.
to, yes, all right. So hello everybody. So this is an opportunity to ask our questions before we proceed to the practical session of this session. So if you have any question and you're shy and all of that, just use the chat box, we read it, and then Mr. Muhib can attend to that. And if we don't have any question, then Mr. Muhib, we can proceed with the practical session. I guess we all understood what you explained.
Okay. So we are going to be creating a biography for the current Vice Chancellor of, I think, Ambrose Ali University. Let me share my screen. Just a minute. Okay. So now we are going to be going to Wikipedia. Let me log in. Sorry. So I'm trying to log in. That's why. So let me share my screen again. So this is the Wikipedia interface. So now, if you wanted to start working on any of our articles, this is what you're going to do. Just go to the event meta page for the Wikidata birthday. So you go to the event meta page for the Wikidata birthday. So this is the meta page. So you just click on this expand button. Okay. Good. Some things have been added. I will remove them later. So these are the biography that we have here. So now, if you want to create anything for these people now, the first thing you have to do is you copy their name like this. Let's say this one, copy the name, and you want to search for the name on Wikipedia. So that's how to start. You see? So the page does not exist. Okay? So good. So that's the first thing you are going to do. So for this one, I'm not going to be using any meta page. I have a name here. Eunice, let's see. So let's search again. You see, we have her under the current Vice Chancellor of University of is Professor Eunice. This is the full name, but we do not have any article for her. Do you get it now? So now, you are going to be starting from draft. Then later on, you move it to the main space when you are ready. So you are going to be adding draft to the back. After adding the draft, let me increase so that you'll be able to see my screen properly. After adding the draft to it, then you are going to be adding the name of the person, as you can see it here. Then you search again. So I've already zoomed the screen so that they'll be able to see it very well. So now you added draft to it, Eunice Omozeji. Then the next thing is to click on this draft. So it's going to give you a page where you can create your article into draft. Then when you're done with the draft, then you can easily move it to the Wikipedia, to the main wiki. So what I've done here is to change from source editing to visual editing. Source editing is meant for people that understand the wiki markup text language, and visual editing are people that prefer to use a kind of Microsoft Word interface. Almost all these are a kind of Microsoft Word interface. So it's a friendly interface that you can work with in as much you know how to operate Microsoft Word. Even if you don't know how to operate Microsoft Word, it's something you can learn. So now, as you can see, this is the draft. So the next thing I'm going to do is to go and look for sources. Look for sources that you can use to create the article. So let us paste the name here, Eunice. Another thing is, please, when you are creating the article in draft, before you move it, kindly forward it to me to review it. I can easily tell you, and it is better for us to wash our dirty clothes at home, so that I can give you the correction and you can work on it. Then after we have moved the article, they draft the article to AFD, or they move it back to the main space, telling you to incubate it, something like that. But when you are done with the link, when you are done with the draft. I'm on the group. Just forward it to the group or forward it to me directly if you want. Then we can work on it together and we can ensure that your articles get published. I think that's how I've been doing with a lot of people on the group, and they have been getting their articles published and nothing has been happening to them. So you search for it on the internet. Now, you see breaking news, AAU ECPOMA gets new Vice Chancellor. When you click on news here, you should be able to get a lot of news. Edo Governor appoints Eunice Omonzeji as new AAUC VC. Edo appoint new VC for Ambrose Ali University, and so on. So the main reason why we are creating an article for this woman is that she is the current VC of Ambrose Ali University. When you check out, when you look at our rules, that the notability that I gave to you earlier on, I said if someone is the head of higher institution, the person can be on Wikipedia. So Vice Chancellor is literally the highest person in the university. The Chancellor is just a ceremonial head. So now, the next thing you are going to do is to just be looking at this thing one after the other. So let me just open like 5. Now we skim through them so that you are going to know what are the things that you are going to be putting there. So third one, this is the third one. So we'll just open a new tab. Let me see. Third one, the fourth one. And let me use Vanguard. Let me use this one. Okay, good. So now we have Daily Post. They said Edo State Governor, so Professor Mizeji, she's a scholar in French and Francophone African literature. That means she's a professor of French and Francophone African literature. Okay. So she served as the AAU chapter of the National Association of Women and Women Academics. So she's also the author of Women Novelists in Francophone Black Africa, Views, Reviews, and Interviews. Okay, so we have gotten some information about her. So here too, I think they also have the same thing here. Okay, it's a little slight difference. So another thing that you can do is to check the official web page of the institution. I'm having network issues here. I'm loading this page. So you can check the Ambrose Ali University. Then you go and check under the VC. Then you'll be able to get some personal information that you can use. You see the Vice Chancellor. Let's see if they have information there. Okay. See here, they are yet to update the information. So we are just going to create a kind of stop article with that. So now the next thing you're going to do is in the lead section, you are just going to make it very short. You tell us the name of the person, the country that the person is coming from, is a professor, the discipline of the person, and why is the person notable. And the main reason why this person is notable is because she is the current Vice Chancellor of Ambrose Ali University. And here you're going to be using her full name. No, we used a common name here as the name of the article, but so we are going to be using her full name here. I think her full name is somewhere around here. Her full name is somewhere around here. Yes, this is her full name, Eunice So go back. So you start with her full name, Eunice. So is a Nigerian professor of what? Of African and Francophone literary studies. French and Francophone literature. French and Francophone African literature. And the current, this is very important. You have to indicate the reason why she is notable. That's because of this. The current Vice Chancellor of Ambrose and the stuff. So then, since we do not have a lot of information about her biography, personal life, so I'll just go down to, okay. Okay, let us check here. Other states. Okay, so we do not have much information about her personal life. So what we're going to do is to just go to her career and create a kind of stop article. This is Nigeria Education News, but they have information, but this website is not reliable. So let us look at these channels.
Mr. Moyi.
So,
Mr. Moyi.
hello.
Someone is asking on the chat that can this be done on phone?
Okay, let me answer that question. Yes, you can use your phone to edit. You can use your phone to create article. In fact, I created over 170 articles using my phone. So what you need to do is you know when to switch from desktop to mobile, and you know when to switch from mobile to desktop. That's all you need to know to master. Once you can master that, you can seamlessly edit with your phone. In fact, if not that, when I began to do trainings, that's when I began to get used to system. So I began to get used to system. Okay, so we just go under career. So now, if you want to create a new heading now, so what you need to do is, when you write the heading here, you can either go here and make your heading here, or you use just Ctrl+2 if you're using a system, or you can also use the double equal to sign onto. So that's it. So now we will just write a little bit about her career, then we publish it as a stop, so that by the time we have much information about her, then we can easily come back to make it a. So they said she served as the president of the AAU chapter of the national, where she championed mentorship, research initiative, and for women in academic. So she also co-edited. This is also a book, the one that she wrote. So what we're going to do is, before we just write prior to appointment as the Vice Chancellor of Ambrose Ali University. She served as so instead of using served, so we just use she was the president, because we cannot, if you use served again, it will look like plagiarism. So we just say she was the president. She was the president of the Ambrose Ali University chapter of the National Association of Women Academics. The reason why we are not changing this Ambrose Ali is because it's a name of something. When you change it, you change the meaning. So we are going to add the reference to this one. We're going to be adding a reference to this one. So let us add 2 references to that. So I'm going to, for you to add the reference now, you go to where you have gotten the information from, then you copy it, then you go back to the Wikipedia page that you're trying to create. You click on Cite. Then there are 2 ways of doing that, automatic and manual. If you're using automatic, that means you are going to be pasting the links directly into here, into this box. Then you click on Create. Then you are going to be seeing the references like this. The only thing you need to do is to click on Insert. Then you have your first one. So immediately when you have your reference, you have to create another section for references, where you are going to be having your end references. So just like I told you earlier on, for you to have heading, you can use double equal to, you can use Ctrl+2, or you can go to this heading and have that. So then you need to also add a template that will organize your references for you. So the template, there are 2 ways of going to that template. You can either go to this insert here, click on template, and you write ref list here. Then you insert it. Or you can use the faster way of using double curly sign. Then you have your template, then you put ref list. Then you have it. The ref list is there. So now let us add one reference to this one. We have pile of references on that. So let us use the Tribune, where they said she served as the Ambrose Ali. This one. Okay, so we copied it. Then we also add it. So now, in a case like this, where your references cannot be added automatically, what do? You have to do it manually. So thank God that this one even happened. So let me take you the process of manual. Now, that reference cannot be added automatically. So you just go to manual. So is a news website. So you click on the news. So now they will give you a template. They will ask you to type the first name, the last name, and everything here. So you go back to that place. The first name of the person that wrote the news, see it here, Idahosa Moses. The first name is Idahosa, and the last name is the Idahosa, and the first name is Moses. So you come back to your Wikipedia, you put last name, then you go to here, Moses. So the title of the page, you have Okpebo or appoint Eunice, something like that. You copy it, you go back to your Wikipedia, you paste it. Then they ask for the URL of the website. Then you go there, you copy the URL. This is the URL. You copy, you go back to your Wikipedia page, you paste. Name of the publication, we have the Tribune Nigeria, right? The Tribune, the Nigerian Tribune. So the Nigerian Tribune. So the date that you accessed it, so you can also add the date too. So let me just insert it like this. Then you see it, it will come. So when I add the date, it will also show the date. Today's date is 15th 11 15th September 15. Is it sorry, October 15. 2025. You see, to also show there. So anything you put there, it show. So that's the second one. So on a career again, we also continue. So she was also the author. Let me read this one. So just say in September 2025. She was appointed as the vice chancellor the vice chancellor of Ambrose Odi University to succeed. Who is the outgoing vice chancellor? Okay, so let me check it here. It's because she now have much information, so we just have to be very meticulous with the one we have, so that to not do scanty. Just a minute. Did anybody know the, okay. Okay, that question has been answered. Okay, so if you cannot see that, you can remove it. You put that one later. She was appointed as the Vice Chancellor of Ambrose Ali University, full stop. Then we can add additional reference to that. So we're adding another one. Click on create. We have it, we insert. Then you can publish it because it's your draft, so you don't have to be afraid. You ask you, what have you done? Added, started a draft, then you publish it. Another thing that you also need to add if you are working on academicians is their publications. So we are going to be adding our publications now. So you see that it is looking like a Wikipedia page. So we are going to be having selected publications. In a case where you have compound words like this, so the first one will be in capital letter, while the second one will be in small letter. And you don't have to put them. What you have to do is to press Ctrl 2, or you press double equal to, you have your heading. So what I used to advise people to do when it comes to this selected publication is just go to their Google Scholar page, then you should be able to see, since they are academicians, they usually have Google Scholar. And I think I've seen our own, the first one here. See, then you can select like 5 or 6 publications, then you can take it there. And now we have, let's just take 5. Now we have one here. So all you have to do is look at what I was telling you about H index. You see, that's why the fact that she's a professor, she has 2 H index, 2. And we are looking for at least 20. So if not for the vice chancellorship, there's no way you can say you create an article for her. As you can see it here. So now let us take this first one. When you open a new tab, what you have to do is go to the HTML page so that you have the link to where the journal is. There's something called Citer. You can use Citer Toolforge. You can use Citer Toolforge to generate a good way where you can have your publication. Now, when you copy this link and you go to Citer Toolforge, I will drop it in the chat box now. When you go to citertoolforge.org, citertoolforge.org. Okay, you have it here. So here at the top here, you can either put your URL, DOI, or ISBN. So when you put your URL here, you submit it, it will generate what you can, yes, it generated the citation. So just click on copy citation here. So I'm looking for, you click on copy citation here. Then you can go to our wiki page. go to our page. But this one, just see, once you click on paste, it will generate it for you in a way that you can have it like this. But there's something that's happening here. We'll fix that one later. So let's take another one. Let me look for another. Okay, Journal of African Literature Association, Journal of Modern European Languages. Yes, let us check this one. This one has no link. This one has no link. So let us go back. Okay, so let us check the link of this one. So you can either use link. This one too has no link. If not for the vice chancellorship, it's very hard for how to meet the Wikipedia guideline. Let's take this Cambridge one. Click on this. Okay. So here, let's see if you can get the ISBN, if it is there. If it is not, we just copy the URL. Then we take it to Setup to Forge. We paste it. We click on Submit. So you see, just copy the citation. Copy the citation. Then we go back to the Wikipedia page. We paste. If you convert it to a wiki text for you, then you have it here. So you see it. This is how you continue like that. You can, when you have 5 like that, then you stop. 5 or 6, anyone you want. But added a new section. So now the next thing that you're going to be doing is to do some minor edits, which has to do with bolding, wiki linking, and the rest. So you are going to be starting from the beginning. Now the name is supposed to be bold. So when you highlight it, you come down here, you see bold here, or you press Ctrl B. So when you press Ctrl B, you have the same result. Nigeria Professor of French and Francophone African Literature and the current Vice Chancellor of Ambrose Ali University. So you have to link this Ambrose Ali University so that people who are not in that particular area will know Ambrose Ali University. So also, so that's it. You can also wiki link this. This is how to wiki link. You click on the concept, you click on this wiki link. As you see, people of Nigeria. So when you publish, they ask you what did you do? Added a wiki link. You publish it. So now the next thing is for you to add info box. So you click on insert, you put your cursor at the back here, You click on insert, template, then you put info box. So you put, so she's also an office holder. So put office holder. So then you start to fill up her information, name, the office that she's occupying, who appointed her, the country that she comes from, so who did she succeed? Who did she succeed? Oh, sorry, yes, time that she starts, and so on. So let us just put the few that we can put, then office head. Vice Chancellor of Ambrose University. Country, Nigeria. Time starts 2025. Who did she succeed? Let me quickly check it. That one. So let me quickly check that one online. So that we can add it to the part of did. So just a minute so that we can put it there. So when you click on insert, you will see, did you see the info box there? So when you have a picture, you can also add a picture to it. So you also can also publish it. What did you do? Added an info box. So she succeeded Samuel Olowo there. So you can add it here as Vice Chancellor of Ambrose Ali University, where she succeeded. So where she succeeded. Professor. So now you can publish it. So now you go to the info box and go and add it. So you can see she's still the incumbent. We go and add it. Then after that, we are going to move the article. So succeeded. So somewhere. Then when you wiki link it, so it goes directly into the article of the person. As you can see, go directly. What did you do? Updated the info box. Okay. So another thing that we're going to be adding is we are going to be adding employment, where she works. So we are going to be adding Ambrose Ali University to where she works. Organization, this is there. It's not there. So now that we have it here, so the next thing is to move it. By the time you are done with it like this, if you wanted to move it, before you move it, please drop it on the group for review. We are going to review it and we are going to tell you if you are good to go. Okay? So now if you want to move it, what you are going to be doing is when you click on this tool here, you are going to see move. Can you see it? Move. When you click on move, it will ask you where you are moving it to. Just click on draft. Take it to article. It will ask you what have you done, completed the article, fully developed, anyone. So then you move the page. So the page drafts has been moved to Eunice Omonzeji. So then you have it. So missing description, you can add a description to it. Okay, I will not use this one because I've installed something that is showing me. If it's your own, you will not see that thing there. So what you have to do is, you see, they are telling the article is an orphan. So let me explain this orphan for you. That means this article is not linked to any other article on the English Wikipedia. And you should know that the name is already in Ambrose Ali University. So all you have to do is to go to Ambrose Ali University, click on it, then look for that name, which is here, Eunice Omonzeji. Then you edit it, you just wiki link it. Once you do that, the article will no longer be an orphan. Let us look at it. Eunice. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. Then you wiki link it. And you have it. You see? Then publish it. What do you do? Add the wiki link. So from here now, we can enter the article. Let us see. You see that thing here that is telling you orphan has disappeared. Now, for you to now check if the article has been linked truly, just click on tools, go to what links here. You see what links here. What are the things that are linked to this article? You click on it. They will show you Ambrose Ali University is currently linked to this article. Okay, then you are good to go. You see that orphan has disappeared. Another thing is to add a short description. Once you edit, just come down to the back of this Eunice. Then you click on insert and template, or you use the short form, which is double curly bracket, 1, 2. Then you put short description. Then you're going to be telling us who she is. So, Nigerian academician. So that short description, let me show you where it usually works. At the short description. Now, when you click on Ambrose Ali University, click on it. So just try to edit. I want to show you where the short description usually. Now, if there are 2 or more people bearing this name, Eunice Omonzeji, which usually happen. Now you can see that's a short description. This one belongs to Nigerian academician. Maybe the other one is a Nigerian politician. The other one is a South African engineer. So this short description will show you who the person is, so that you're able to differentiate two of them by looking at their short description. Okay, so I think we are done with that. But the next thing that you're going to be doing is you're going to be adding categories. So if you are yet to activate your hotcut, please go to your reference, your preference, just press hotcut. Press hotcut. Press hotcut. You see it, you can activate it here. Then you click on save. But if you have done so, you are good to go. Then all you have to do is to just come down here to see category. So this woman belongs to, at first, she is a living person. You all agree to that she's a living person, right? Okay. So you press OK. It will load. So now when you check the category of living person, you will find her there. Then another one is she's from Nigeria. Nigerian people. See, Nigerian people. So we all agree she's from Nigeria. So we put it there. So if we had known where she's schooled, we would have. Now she's also a Nigerian academician. So we add her to the category of Nigerian academicians. Okay, at first she's a Nigerian academic administrator because she's a VC. So she's an administrator. So press OK. Good. She also belongs to Nigerian academicians. Oh, administrator again. Only Nigerian academic. Okay, Nigerian academics. So when you go to under Nigerian academics now, and you click on Nigerian academics, you will find her there. So you see, these are the Nigerian academics. Let us look for Eunice. You see, you find out there, birds of a feather flock together. That's the meaning of category. People that have the same attributes, you can see them in the same category. Okay, so that's that about our campaign. And our campaign here, what we only want you to do to have that, to be able to be reimbursed for $5 has been specified on the website, on the meta page rather. So let's go back and check. So for you to get $5 reimbursement, if you're working on Wikipedia, you only need to create only one Wikipedia article with at least 2 sections. You see, that article is how many sections? We have career and selected publications. So with at least 2 sections. When you have 2 sections, you're going to be reimbursed with $5 US, just only one article. So that's it. That's that for the program. So Amarachi, over to you. I'm done with the training. So let's see if there are questions or any other things. Thank you very much. Is Amarachi there? Okay. Amarachi is not there. I think we are going to be, I'm going to be taking questions. Yes. Anybody with questions, either about the campaign or about creating article for African Wiki Women or any other thing?
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay. Must Must we use only the articles listed for the campaign? Did you hear what I said?
Sorry, I can't hear you very well.
Okay, sorry. I said, must we use only the articles stipulated for the campaign? As in, do we only create those articles given? That's what I mean.
No, in as much you know that someone is notable from the criteria that I've given, you can create the article. There's a form that is on the meta page. After creating the article, you fill the form. That's when you are going to be listing the articles that you have created in the form. The main reason why we have provided the list is to serve as a guide. Some people might not know where to start from. Some will not be able to identify who is notable and who is not notable. But with that list, people that do not know who are notable can easily go there and create article for any of them. But if you know you are sure of people that are notable, you don't have to follow the list. Get your own article, create it, submit the form, and you're good to go.
Please, let's ask our question. Keep the question coming. If you have any question, you can ask now. Okay. Since there is no question, Mr. Moye, thank you very much for the presentation and for the deep explanation of how Wikipedia works. So yeah, and also I'm thanking all of you on behalf of the Africa Wiki Women for joining this section and making it a colorful one. Yeah, I want to say a very big thank you, and we hope that we continue the momentum and increasing the quality of our articles on Wikipedia and other